DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Ryan Suckup, the man tasked with getting this one started. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. It's Fields. And he completes it to Cole. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Whoever the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They'll run on first down. Cowan, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Chicago.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Fields going to get this to Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he takes this one in for the Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in before that. They'll get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
You can't block me.
On 2nd down now, Cowan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 10.
Here we go again.
Off play action, Fields. Pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll go in the Bucs as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Chance.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That was a good run. Probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
What were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now again, right side. Cowan, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that 1st down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough. With a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Let's get that ball right here. Check 48's the mic. Check 48.
Back to throw here. Open man is got it. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Touchdown. Leonard Fournette from 19 yards away. And the Bucs have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush. Almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind. Haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down at 5. This is Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Fields. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fields on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly. and knocked it free.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Tylan Wallace, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Kill.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down. 4 down.
70 Ranger. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Play action. Fields. Left side is complete on the diving effort.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar.
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. They snap it to Fields. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Here's Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. There he goes, left side.
Come on, bring it, baby, bring it.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 21-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 24, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Fields. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Fields. He'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 41-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. And the run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing right around the midfield stripe. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On 1st down, Fields. He'll leave it to Montgomery complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. And when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To the air again, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go. Big series right here.
Fournette, a first down carry. I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Fournette. They'll get 3 up to midfield. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Everyone's got 4 down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll field this at the 5. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running left, Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs have just about sewn up this football game. field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a given.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now one final throw incomplete, and time will run out here in the 4th quarter, and we are going to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. 48's Mike. 48.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Flushed out line. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Hey. 4 down. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Fournette running out of the gun. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 70 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's to the 10. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown and a game winner in OT. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Buccaneers, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.